Hey, one more World Entertainment, and the weekend box office numbers are in. And as we all predicted, Jurassic World Rebirth is absolutely crushing everything. This thing just exploded. I even said in my review, this is possibly the dumbest movie you'll probably see this year, and this thing will still make $1 billion somehow. And it's well on its way already. Now, yes, we do have to take into account that it is like a 5-day weekend for this thing. It dropped early, and of course it was the 4th of July weekend, so it was a long weekend. So yeah, you do keep that in mind when you compare it to the other movies, which they always do. They always say, oh, it opened bigger than the previous movie, except the previous movies had the standard 3-day opening. This had 5 days. However, it's still doing incredibly well for its first weekend. Now, the reported budget for this movie is cheaper than the previous ones. They're saying it cost 150 million. Okay, that might be the case. We're not 100% sure, but if it is, it's obviously another 100 million for the marketing in this, because it was marketed heavily. So we'll say the standard. So you're going to 250. So it has to make in and around probably about 480, maybe a bit more. It's well on its way. This thing is absolutely going to make its money back and then some. Because again, I have every confidence in the world that despite how everybody seems to feel about this movie, the thing somehow is probably still going to be the big winner of the summer. So, what is its opening weekend? Well, it's an astonishing worldwide box office of $318.3 million. Yeah, now again, keep in mind that is for a 5-day weekend, and that's not including the Monday yet. So, the actual weekend, the full weekend for this thing, we do not actually have those numbers just yet, because this is Monday. But domestically, so far, it's standing at a huge $147.3 million. Again, there's still today's numbers to go onto that for its opening weekend. So keep that in mind. And the international numbers is even bigger at $171 million. That's insane. Now, internationally, it's got like a 4-day opening weekend. So this is its total weekend numbers internationally. But for domestic, this is its first 5 days. There's still 1 day to be added to that, which is today, Monday. Because, of course, it's the long weekend in the States. I'm pretty sure it's a long weekend because of the 4th of July celebrations, the weekend and stuff. So, this thing is already, after one weekend, its first weekend, it's already well on its way to breaking even. So, that is insane. As for the likes of F1, which is now in its second weekend, which it's a weird movie in terms of it's getting highly praised by people. A lot of critics seem to be kind of mixed on it, but the audiences seem to love it. But it seems to have just kind of gone under the radar all of a sudden. It's like it came out, there wasn't much fanfare around this thing, and now it's gone quite quiet. For its box office now after 2 weekends, worldwide, it's got $293.6 million. That sounds impressive, except for the movie's budget, because the budget on this thing is well over 300 million. So there was a lot of concern from people, especially people who are like, this thing is fantastic, that are saying the budget is going to be the big holdback for this movie, that it's just not going to break even. And by the looks of it, that unfortunately may be the case for a movie that audiences at least are enjoying a lot and are highly recommending it. They're even calling it the Top Gun Maverick of sports car movies. So domestically, it's sitting at 109.5 million, and internationally it's at 184.1 million. So it does seem to be struggling a bit. It didn't seem to have a massive drop off from its first weekend to its second. Now, the Friday to Friday is a massive drop off. That's 72%, but overall, it seems to have come in at in and around the 41% drop. So again, it looks like it's doing really good until you realize what the budget was. So that is unfortunate for that movie. How to Train Your Dragon is still absolutely crushing it. This is what, its fourth weekend, and it's standing now at the worldwide box office at $516.9 million. Domestically, it's now got a total of 224 million, and internationally it's 292.9 million. So that's doing quite well. It has slowed down quite a bit by the looks of it, being the fact that they were expecting this to be ramping it up, but you know, for its numbers, it's doing pretty well. I'm not sure what the budget was on that. I don't think it was super high. But then, of course, we get to 28 years later, which it hasn't broken even. There's so many people that have jumped into my videos when I put it out that this thing is failing at the box office, and yeah, they're not happy about hearing that, and are doing everything to try and defend that this thing was made for 60 million and it's broken even already and blah blah blah. It wasn't made for 60 million, it was made for 75 million. After the tax break that it got in the UK, that number went down to $64 million. Then you add on the marketing, which they're trying to tell me, where am I getting this number of 75 from? Yet they're giving me the number for the marketing of, oh, it's only cost 30 million for marketing. Where are you getting that number from? Because I've seen nowhere where it says it was as little as 30 million for the marketing. But even if it was, you would put, and with their number, we'll go with the 60 and the 30 for the marketing. It still means the movie has to make upwards of 225 million. It's not doing that. In fact, it looks like it's going to struggle to hit 150, as its total worldwide right now is 125.8 million. It's still sitting at 60 million. So, well, 60.2 million domestic, so in the US, and internationally, it's only gone up to $65.6 million. That is not good, and this is its third weekend. So, internationally, it's only gone up by 5 million, in and around 5 million, and it basically hasn't moved in the US at all. This thing is not doing great, and it had a massive drop off from its opening weekend to its second weekend, with a 63% drop. Like, that is insane. So, unfortunately, like, look, if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. We're not telling you you can't like it, but you can't get around the fact that, unfortunately, this thing is not doing what they needed to do at the box office. So they probably will still put out the 28 years later Bone Temple, but you're probably not getting that third movie. As for Elio, yeah, that thing is pretty much dead already. And what's this? It's third weekend, and it hasn't even cracked 100 million yet. Worldwide, it's sitting at $96.7 million. Domestic, 55 million. Internationally, even worse, 41.7 million. The thing is dead. Possibly Pixar's worst movie in the history of the studio. So, yeah, it's not doing great, is it? And of course, Mission Impossible is still out there. And yeah, look, we knew it was never going to break even because of the budget, thanks to the delays and COVID and everything that just ramped that budget up. That, unfortunately, visually, when you look at the numbers, it's great. But when you actually realize what the budget is, it's terrible. Because currently, worldwide, it's $549.9 million. If its budget was down in the 100 and something million, it would have broken even, and this would be profit. Unfortunately, the thing costs upwards of 400 million, thanks again to delays and everything else, which includes accidents on the set where the submarine, the cable thing holding it snapped, and they had to delay filming and fix that and all that. It just, everything ramped up the cost of this thing. So unfortunately, much like Dead Reckoning Part 1, it's a flop. You know, even though people seem to enjoy it, for the most part anyway, yeah, unfortunately, that box office our budget number killed it, which is really unfortunate. As for Megan 2, or Meg 3, 2, whatever the hell way you want to call this thing, yeah, that doesn't seem to be doing great either. It's sitting worldwide at $30.6 million. In domestic, it's only got 18.5, and internationally, even worse, at $12.1 million. So yeah, that thing is not doing great for Blum. It is Blumhouse who makes that crap, isn't it? I think so. The first one got a lot of praise. I don't know why. I thought it was dog crap. But the second one, yeah, nobody seems to have taken to it. But the big winner that we all knew was going to happen. Now, here's the thing. Jurassic World, it's got that massive opening weekend. Will it hit the billion? Probably. But it's not going to do it quickly, because Superman comes out this weekend. That will take a massive chunk out of it. And then the next week or the week after, Fantastic Four will take another massive chunk out of it. So while we all are pretty convinced and sure that this thing will hit $1 billion, it's the case of it does this massive opening, but it's going to slow down and it's going to take a little bit. It's probably going to have legs, which is the big important part of this, but it's going to be a slow walk to that billion, should it actually get there, which I'm pretty sure it will. But yes, Superman and Fantastic Four will take away some of that box office. But the question then is, well, which our audience is going to be more inclined to go back and watch, especially with kids? Will it be Superman? Will it be Fantastic Four? Or will it be what it most likely will be, Jurassic World Rebirth? So there you go, Jurassic World Rebirth, with so far a massive opening of $318.3 million, which today's number in the domestic box office will be important as well, because I'm pretty sure it's a long weekend. So yeah, this thing has just, as all the puns say, roared to success. It's well on its way to breaking even, which it'll probably do next weekend, or this coming weekend, and it's well on its way to making that billion. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.